I'm excited, bro. Today's topic is spicy as spicy can get, bro.
It is. It is indeed. It's a hot topic, I would say, lately.
Yeah.
In the Atlas Brew, we like to talk about everything, even if
You
it's
know,
far away.
we don't shy away from topics, man. We've
We
talked
don't
about some
shy
crazy.
away.
We've talking about some crazy stuff.
We don't shy away from controversy for sure.
Yeah, that
The
is
hot
very, very
topic
true.
zone.
We thrive on the drama.
I don't know if we go that far, but yeah.
Okay, maybe not.
Oh, man.
Zesk wants the heat today.
I want the hit Mandalorian. Yeah. I have very strong opinions on the high risk zone, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Don't touch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. But yeah, let's get started with some, as always, introductions. Maybe it's been a long time since we do this, but I think everyone here already knows what the Atlas Brew is. But the Atlas Brew is our weekly event, Wednesdays, same time. Um, all Wednesdays. We haven't missed a Wednesday in well, when we went on vacations only, but doesn't count. We haven't missed a Wednesday in like 100 weeks, so that's something we can be proud of. So Wednesday is always at the same time. I think we're starting 1 hour earlier, depending. Today we're starting 1 hour earlier, depending on where you are in the world, because the our lovely Americans had a
Damn
new daylight
Americans.
savings
Damn
stuff.
Americans. America. Sorry,
America.
bro. I'm sorry for my country, everyone. Apologies.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys do that. At least you're saving some time. But
It
yeah.
all started with Benjamin Franklin.
For sure, I was thinking like, who are these nerds like being 1 hour too early, and then I thought, oh my god, they changed the time.
Yeah.
Bro. The cosmic currents, they flow in different time and space here in Star Atlas, bro. We just need to adapt.
I wonder if the other time was better for everyone. Tell me in the chat. What time do you prefer, this one or the one that was before? Let's see in the chat. We can go back to the other one. This time is good before 50-50 right now. Did honor. I don't know what Mandalorian is saying.
That's Miri's language, Santi. He's saying,
Okay.
yeah, the last one.
This one. Both work. Prefer this one. Oh, you're changing as well, Cracker? Do Europeans also do that? My god. I didn't know that.
Oh
I
my
didn't know
god.
that.
Okay, so it's not just an American thing. Okay, I don't feel so bad then.
Okay. It's a first world thing. You guys can worry
First
about other
world
stuff.
problems. Yeah,
Educate,
exactly.
bro. Dude, Craig's about to carpet bomb me, man. He's gonna kill me.
Yeah, man. He'll get even madder when he learns what we have in store today, right, Dominic? Today we are beating him.
Don't let me find Craig's in the high risk zone, bro.
Yeah. So we have some good noteworthy news for today, right, Dom?
Yes, sir.
There has been something happened, I would say. Something huge happened. Something really big happened. How should we say this? Well, guys, you know that there was a Titan ship listed. There was a Titan ship listed in the marketplace a couple days ago. Well, it looks like it has been sold. It has been sold.
Holy fuck.
Oh, Jesus, the community is in disbelief.
Second Titan ship. Second Titan ship sold. Oh my lord.
We are rich, guys. Time to buy the Lambo.
Time to buy a
Uh-huh.
Lambo for Dominic and Santi to go all around the world.
Oh no, there was money
Yeah.
that changed hands, my boy. Yes, there was.
Yeah. Yep. So
Rainbow Fire
the
sold.
Rainbow Pie has been sold, everyone, and we just posted the tweet. So make sure to go and give it some love.
Go give it some love.
It's huge, huge
Yeah,
news.
man. It's guys. I mean, when I was doing my New Year's predictions for 2024, I actually said that I believed in 2024 a Titan would be sold. But even I am in disbelief of how fast those Titan sales are happening. And I don't know, guys. I have the feeling that it won't be long before we see a third and fourth Titan sales. I don't know.
Well, there's something brewing, I would say, with the Titans for sure, man, for sure. The interest is back. So yeah,
It's crazy, right? After everything we have been through, see Titan sales happening like this, bro. It feels super good, not gonna lie.
yeah. So yeah, guys, big news, big news. We broke the news.
You
This
hit here
brew,
first?
we beat the hologram. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go, team. We did it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Power to the
So
people and
yeah,
stick it to Kriggs. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
oh man, that's awesome. So yeah, second Titan ship sold in 2 weeks, right? Was it last week the other one?
Not bad.
Yeah,
Not
that's
bad.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Congratulations to whoever owns the Rainbow Five, by the way. Like, it's
Yeah.
genuinely, it's
It's it, bro.
really
The
cool.
Halo 5 is a beast, bro. He's like the most oriented, defense oriented Titan in Galia Expanse. Bro, it's a freaking flying fortress, bro.
Who is the buyer?
Really
No
well
idea.
done.
No
We don't
idea.
know.
Yeah, we
Well, I wish
didn't.
I knew.
It was not disclosed to us.
Someone come forward, honestly. I want to know who bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know nothing. But Jose, tell me about the Titan ship. Keep talking to me, bro.
bro.
What else?
Talk to me nice, bro.
What
Man, I
else?
don't know how much I can share here right now because this Titan is super special for Star Atlas. But one thing that I have observed from it is that it has very high defense capabilities. And, well, I can tell a little bit more from the interiors of that Titan. It's very surreal. Like the technology employed inside the Rainbow Pi, it's absurd. Like it's how can I say it? It shows how absurd the Photola technology is. Like you can imagine all sorts of crazy stuff inside. And then a good example of the things that you can expect with the Rainbow Pi is the mechanics for the arc. You know the rainbow arc that has those plates that float around the ship protecting it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Rainbow Fire has things like that. He's super defense oriented, and he also has 6 Titan slots for cargo, bro. Like it can take like your whole country inside it and take it to the other side of Galia, bro. It's really good. It's like it's oh man. If you like the fighting meta and defense meta, the Rainbow Five is like the epitome of the strength in that specialization, bro. It's super cool.
Yeah, man. For sure. For sure. So someone just got themselves a beast.
Yeah. It's absurd. It's absurd. But to be honest,
Yeah.
I really from all the Titans and the ones that are coming, the one that I'm looking for the most, and now I'm going to do a heavy teasing, is the Tufa Titan.
Oh, just
Bro.
as steady, bro. Steady, steady, steady.
Bro, the Tufa Titan is another level. And I'm working together with the guys on creating that Tufa Titan. Bruh. Bruh.
That has to be bought by a pirate. I see Bomber in the
Bro,
chat.
Bomber is going to do a fundraising right now. He's going to handsack all other decks in Star Atlas to acquire the Tufa Titan.
There's
It's absurd.
nothing. Nothing makes more sense for a parrot than a Tufa Titan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not the only noteworthy news. I see a lot of people just joined the brew from when we first announced, but another Titan ship has been sold. If you just got here, we just broke the news. I will post the tweet again in the chat. Oh, dumb. That's fast. That's
Bro,
fast,
I'm
bro.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry,
No,
bro.
no, no, no. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's
Taking
how we
your
move.
phone, man. I'm taking your
No,
phone,
no,
man.
no. That's how we move. That's how we move. But yeah, we also went live with some marketplace and Sage Labs updates. So now we have things like priority fees in. I know, Dom, if you want to break it down.
Yeah. I'll just go over it real quick. What happened, and then after this, we gotta give some props to the engineers because they worked really hard on this. But basically, the issue with labs was the lack of priority fees. So you guys weren't able to do the RFR crafting and stuff like that. So basically, there were 3 changes that happened over the last, yesterday that we announced. Number 1 is priority fees in Sage Labs. So we've added priority fees to all transactions in Sage Labs. So just a quick note here is transactions still may fail, but overall should be a lot better, just a lot better in general. And then number 2 is optimize compute limits. Now I know some of this, like this, went over my head, so I know it's going to go over some other people's heads. But I think it's still good to know for the people who have more of an understanding of the back end stuff and blockchain. But we optimized the compute limits that we were setting, which means more Sage Labs transactions can fit in each block. This optimization also results in considerably lower costs with priority fees. And then third is Marketplace now works with priority fees. So if we can, guys, please give some W's to 2 people here. Number 1 is Sammy. And then number 2 is oh man, I don't even know his Discord handle.
Jerry,
Jerry, there, yeah, Jerry. What's his Discord handle though?
he just changed it, man.
That freaking. All right, just say tag Sammy. Say W. Tag Sammy. Give him a W.
My man fighting for the people.
Bro, Sammy was down in the trenches, man.
Yeah, Sammy was working over the weekend. So yeah. Was not an easy change, and he was working on Labs, which is going to be deprecated for Starbase. So he's working on something that is going to be irrelevant, and whenever Starbase comes out very soon. So shout out to him. Great job, Sammy. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
man.
Shout out to Sammy. Absolute legend. But yeah. Right now, I think Dom, you touched on it, but there are some issues with the RPC provider. So right now, you may find some instability issues. So that should be resolved soon. So yeah. Another thing is that some Stratless team members will be at GDC this weekend, including Dominic Bain.
Oh my god, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to GDC. I'm going with Michael Wagner and I'm going with Chris, and we're going to be at the Metagravity booth. Can't wait.
Nice.
Let's go, boys. This is the chance of a lifetime to meet Dominic Vang. Make sure to go.
Don't miss Dominic Bain. Where is it happening, Dom, again? And when?
San Francisco, and it's from the 20th through the 22nd.
Cool.
So if you're in San Francisco, California, come through.
Go talk to Dominic. If you find Dominic and post a picture, you get a hug from Jose whenever you meet Jose. See, that's some leverage.
That's
some
leverage
right
in the
behind.
ecosystem, right?
So yeah, I don't think
think
we're
we have
presenting
any-
anything. No, right?
We're just gonna be
Yeah.
at the booth.
We are going to chill there. Talk about Titan ships.
Yeah. Grist is sending you some alpha in the chat, Dom, for you to pay attention to.
Check out Avalon and see what's up. They are supposedly up in World NPCs. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks, man.
Nice. AI NPCs is something that I'm really excited about, but that's for a completely different discussion.
You find Dom, you get a Titan. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Another thing is that the Dow Treasury yesterday surpassed $7 million. That is pretty awesome. Now I
Bro.
think it's sitting at 6.7 million. Those are all player-owned dollars, where the people staking their polis, locking their polis, will be able to decide what to do with that. So that's honestly quite huge.
We are
We
rich
want to
boys.
touch on it.
Dude, oh my gosh, when this can actually be used for hacker houses and holy moly, it's gonna be crazy.
You can do a lot with $6 million. You
Yeah.
We
can
need
do
to
a
get
lot.
this up and running ASAP, man, because I want to see what I want to see what the community votes for. Seriously,
Didn't we
this is a
agree
lot of
already
money.
on? We agreed already on what to do with it.
Buy our
It's
Lambos.
a Lambo for me, Dominic, and Jose, and
Oh,
we
we go
travel
across the world, yeah.
across the world, just
Yeah, man.
talking about
Spread
strat.
the world. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ship
This
it,
is
bro.
good. Good use
Make
of
the proposal.
the DAO funds, bro.
Yeah, make the
Yeah,
proposal, man.
I think everyone here would approve that, so no issues
Absolutely.
with that. No, but jokes aside, it's massive, and the level of ecosystem development that you can do with $6-7 million is pretty insane. And I'm just looking forward to for this money to be used to empower the people who are adding value in here. I think, for example, something like what Puri did, um, the Puri guys did, was already it had an impact on creators and people building. So just imagine what can be done with the DAO treasury once proposals and everything is up. So yeah, that is going to be very, very cool. That's some good news. Another thing that we saw on Twitter was a picture that someone posted of a car, and they added some Star Atlas stuff to it. I don't
Bro,
know if
that's
I have
super
the
cool.
picture.
I have
Let
the
me try to
picture
pull that
here.
up.
Bro's whipping it right now. Shout out to him.
Man,
On the
Bro,
man,
let
Audi, on the Audi, man, on the Audi, man, on the
let's
Audi.
go,
Wow.
man.
man! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that in the chat. I'll post the link to the tweet as well.
Oh,
I'll
he has
trade
a.
that for
I didn't
my
even notice. I didn't even notice the license plate. I only
absolutely,
saw the
man.
one below it. Dude,
Man, that is
I'm
fire.
I'm
I just
trading my
shared the
Calico
tweet.
Compact Hero for one.
should I get a
Yeah,
Stralis wrap when I get a new car, bro?
for sure,
Absolutely.
That'd be kind of
for
sick. I
sure.
might make
We should do this, yeah.
Yeah. So we wanted to share that one as well. Some credits there also in the chat. We linked the tweet so you guys can give our friend some love because
Meet
that's
man.
a sick wrap for the car. So yeah. I think with this we covered all the noteworthy news, especially the one of the Titan, the spiciest one. I can see leaks already trying to figure out what has been going on with that. But yeah, guys, we sold another Titan. Some dollars in the chat again. Some dollars in the chat.
Yeah,
Another
I mean
Titan sold.
it's a huge victory for the project, for sure.
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. So yeah, we sold another Titan. For the people who are just coming in, you can go to our Twitter and check that out. The Rainbow Fi was sold. So 2 Titans sold
man.
right now.
From the depths of the bear market to selling 2 Titans. What a crazy ride it's been.
How
What
the
crazy
turntables.
high.
How the turns have taken.
That's awesome, guys. Really proud of everything we accomplished.
Yeah. Super cool. So yeah, now I think we can go to the main topic. We're heading into this main topic with a massive disclaimer here. Big disclaimer. We'll be talking about the high risk zone. And the high risk zone right now is absolute and completely theory crafting, guys. Nothing has been changed from what it is on the white paper. And the high risk zone is far away in our development process. So Nothing has changed from the white paper, so we want to highly emphasize again. This is theory crafting. So just wanted to get that in case people think that we are talking what we're talking about here are things that are set in stone. We are just basically looking to theory craft together with you guys and just get some ideas, feedback in, and get this conversation going. But
I
I
just
think
want
we can, yeah.
I just wanted to add one thing because I know some people think that we would make a change like that on a whim. I see a comment, can't make a change like that on a whim. Honestly, I think it's kind of a pro and con of us talking with everyone so often. Is sometimes like Mike Wagner had a discussion with everyone and he just went into the voice channel and started talking with everyone about some ideas. I think there's a really cool thing about that. Number one is the CEO is just coming in randomly on a Friday
Yeah.
night, talking with everyone about some things that are in his mind. But on the other end, like some people might think that these changes might be final or whatever. I just want everyone. We would never make drastic changes on a whim. We just like to kind of talk with everyone. So no need to worry about kind of stuff like that. But I understand why some people were worried.
Yeah, it's the good
Absolutely.
and bad. It's the good and bad of building
Yeah,
in
it's,
public that
it's
much and just talking every time all day with the community.
yeah, this is the path we have chosen. It of course it has pros and cons. I think there are more pros. And of course, we have the brew. We have the brew to get those conversations going. You guys can open the mic, share your thoughts, share your feelings, and we'll talk about everything. We never shy away from any topic, no matter how spicy it is. But to give you guys more context and maybe peace of mind, High Risk Zone is right now sitting on season 6 of Star Atlas development. And right now, we are on R2.2 production. After R2.2, we enter preseason. After preseason, season 0, and then we have 6 more seasons until we reach High Risk Zone.
Far away, far
So it's
away.
far away, far away, far away. But it's always good to talk about it. It's always good to collect feedback about it. And it's always good to theory craft about it. And that's what we are going to do uh, right now. We are going to explain the vision of high risk zone as it is now, and each one of us are going to give their opinions about what the high risk zone should be. And yeah, I have very strong opinions on the high risk zone. I think I am one of the team members more hardcore oriented high risk zone in the company. Maybe I don't think there's anyone that looks forward to have the high risk zone as hardcore as me. But I'll be exposing my reasoning and how I feel that the best way to move forward. Everyone is free to agree or disagree and expose your reasons. And let's get this
And
conversation going.
just, I think we can start very quickly covering what the high risk zone is for people who may not be aware of it. I think people already know, but just very quickly.
Absolutely, friend. So basically, Star Atlas is divided in 3 different zones. The first zone is the safe zone, where everything is sun rays and flowers. Nothing bad ever happens to you. If you get defeated in combat, you just wait a little bit and your ships will spawn once more in the space station. And basically, there's no risk to playing the game. But
Hmm.
by being there in the safe zone, you only be able to find common and uncommon resources, and most of the gameplay features they are capped due to the low risk of the region that is the safe zone. After that, we have the medium zone where things start to get interesting. In medium zone, once players are defeated in combat, players will not lose their ship's NFTs, but they will lose their cargo, like everything that they are holding, the fuel, the R4s, the loot. All of those are going to drop upon defeat, and you need to repair your ship and also wait for the cooldown for them to respawn. So we start having penalties for defeat in the medium zone, and but you also have better drops, better loot, better quality materials that can't be found in the safe zone. Finally, we have the hardcore high risk zone. And in high risk zone, if your ships are defeated there, it is destroyed. Your ship is destroyed, it becomes components that can be looted by other players, and yeah, you pretty much lose your NFT from the air bike to the Titan. Anyone who is destroyed in the high risk zone gets wrecked. So, needless to say, it's not somewhere that you should go without the first of all disposition of going after this such big risks, and second, you need to be aware of the consequences of your actions. Also, in the high risk zone, players will find the most unique materials, events, and loot in Star Atlas. So there is a variety of materials that can only be found in the high risk zone. The coolest places, the most creative and logic bending places in Star Atlas will be there as well. And the deeper you go, the stronger and most dangerous the high risk zone becomes. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about the high risk zone from my perspective and especially from the lore perspective, so you guys understand what's the reasoning behind the construction of the high risk zone and how players will possibly be engaging with it from my point of view at least.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
think that
that's the
was perfect,
introduction.
Jose.
Yeah,
Yeah. That answers the question perfectly, bro. And just for the people listening, like we want this to be an open conversation. Again, fully theory crafting, and want to see what you guys think. We have a couple spicy topics, let's say, that we want to go through and see what people think of that. So I think we can get started, Jose.
absolutely, friend. And I guess that we should start this conversation by talking a little bit about the vision for the high risk zone from the game perspective. I think that the big discussion right now within the community is how punitive should the high risk zone be.
Mm-hmm.
I see lots of arguments saying that it's better if the high risk zone is not as punitive as it is because, first of all, players would be scared to go there, and only whales would probably be able to sacrifice, let's say, resources to go to the high risk zone. Other people say that they are not willing to risk their hard earned chips on the high risk zone. And also that the game would be more dynamic if there was a way for, let's say, instead of losing the NFT forever, the players wait for a period of time before being able to spawn it again, or they have to pay heavy fees to have their ship respawn. Other players are worried about the economic aspects, and those are the main arguments against the current vision of the high risk zone. And if someone else has other points about why the high risk zone should change, please feel free to write in the chat or come up stage and talk about it.
And
But
Jose,
yes, bro.
let me ask you, bro. What is your take on it? Your personal vision. How how permissive should the Harrison be with that? How risky, let's say.
Guys,
How hardcore?
I will be completely honest with you. And what I want you guys to do is to forget that Jose is a team member right now and listen to me as a community member, as the penguin who was here newting all the way back 2021.
Theorycraft.
Absolutely theory crafting. This doesn't express the company's opinion about the high risk zone. This is my personal intake. Please don't make any decisions based on what I'm going to say right now.
That's a perfect
But
disclaimer. I loved it.
yeah, that's the lawyer disclaim. But yeah, first of all, guys, I think there's a huge misconception about the role of the high risk zone in Star Atlas right now. Because you guys are thinking that the high risk zone is just another place in Galia Expanse that you are there traveling happily one day and you stumble in the high risk zone. Now you are in this dangerous place and you risk everything, and all the players will end up going there some way or another. I don't think that's going to be the case. The high risk zone, it's not a difference of a level between the high risk zone and the medium zone and the safe zone, just as is the difference between the medium and safe zone. The high risk zone, it's another quality of gameplay. And the focus, the vision of the high risk zone in Star Atlas was always aimed to be a collective experience. No, for my understanding, and here Jose talking, the high risk zone is not a place for an individual to risk their own fleet, or mm, better saying, like, if you are going to risk your own fleets, you should do with the ships that are product of your work in Galia Expanse, meaning that you shouldn't go with your main fleet to the high risk zone. The way that I, Jose, see the high risk zone, it's is that the high risk zone is the ultimate shared objective of Star Atlas players. It's the path towards finding Iris and getting the ultimate secrets of the Star Atlas galaxy. So this objective, it transcends the game economy. It transcends the people that are investing in the game, and it appeals to the players, to the decks, to the people that want to finish under codes Star Atlas.
So
And
I have my first point here, Jose. So you're saying basically what you're saying is the high risk zone has a very big part of the story behind it, right? Would you say?
absolutely.
My first now I want to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Does it make sense for a huge part of the Star Atlas story to be locked behind something that a lot of people are not going to want to go into because there's a possibility that they lose everything. I'm just
Yeah,
asking. I'm just asking a question
that's
here. I'm not
that,
saying anything is my opinion, but I'm saying like the high risk zone. If it's more high risk, right? There's going to be a huge player base who don't want to go inside of it. Isn't it a
absolutely.
little contradictory that we have this huge storyline that 90% of our players aren't going to be able to experience?
I agree with you, and I think that the solution for this situation is that players, most of them at least, will not be going to the high risk zone with their own personal fleets, but they will go as part of the crew of their deck fleets. So what's going to happen, in my vision, is that the decks of Star Atlas, they will be engaging in economic activity and they will be funding expeditions to the high risk zone. Like, we already have decks that are super strong in game. They have huge economic activities going on. The supply chains that they have are strong. And once we reach season 6 in the future, our decks will grow even bigger, stronger, more resilient, and they will have lots of good players and systems, and they will already have crafted new fleets that they are going to use in the system to explore and to conquer and try to tame the high risk zone. And how the high risk
There's a
just
pirate trying to speak here, I think.
no,
Oh, there
please
we
go
go.
ahead.
Yeah, I
I,
think I hear someone. Yeah.
I was going to say what. Please continue on. Sorry.
No problem, friend. I'm just going to finish
This
this part.
pirate would like to say something.
Hell yeah, man. Go for it.
Go for it.
All right, so I would absolutely love for an economist to come up and explain how a forever asset is a good idea in a manufacturing-based economy. Also, how that would not affect security, like the career path of security. And also, that if this was to reward OG players, then why would Automata sell unburnable ships in the future?
I think that
Hmm,
was just an idea that Michael
yeah,
was talking about. I don't think that's something. Like I said at the kind of start of this, I don't think that's something that we're doing. I don't know. I'm not saying we're not doing it. I'm just saying that's not something that we're doing. It's just I'm guessing it was just a topic of conversation, and it kind of like got everyone discussing it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Michael stated, it was clearly all theory crafting at the beginning of it. It was just honestly, it was a late night theory craft. Everybody was just having fun thinking about it. And the idea and the ideas that got tossed around were you can own a ship that was from the GAO from the team and have the possibility of having life insurance on it where it would if it got destroyed it would have a respawn timer of like 6 to 8 months or something like that, and you could expedite it by paying Atlas. So there's not just no risk at all, there's just not a risk that you lose everything completely. That was basically the premise.
And I know Michael said something in Foundation Room a couple days ago, stating that it was just theory crafting. Nothing is being done, and that he talked with Danny and he gave Danny everyone's feedback and they talked it out. So I don't I'm gonna go out and say that I don't know if that is happening, but it's still good conversation. I will say so. I appreciate you
Just like,
bringing it up,
can
Pog.
I, I
can I do
completely
a question?
understand.
Just that.
Yeah, guys, let's just keep the order. Please go on, friend.
I
Can I?
complete.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Hold on one sec.
yeah,
Let's let Pac finish real quick. Pac, do you have
yeah.
anything else, friend?
Yeah, I do understand that it's theory crafting, which was the
Mhm.
whole point of this entire conversation.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
uh, that's why I was definitely asking these questions.
Mhm.
But I do think that it is also my last point would be that the entry to market for, like, let's say mining is your ability to purchase a mining ship. So it's based on your VWAP, based on
Mhm.
what you can put forth. The reverse can be said for the HRZ, where it's your asset's worth a whole lot, like your Titan ship is worth a whole lot. Are you really willing to risk it? So those players are more likely to stay out of it than the guy who purchased a $200, $300 ship.
Mhm.
Uh, can I say something?
Yes,
Go
please.
for it.
Actually, oh, again, we're doing theory crafting over here, and this is just going to be an opinion on that a high risk zone. So let's go back in the days where we actually play a game where we lost everything, which was an EverQuest. When you were playing the game, and if you die, you lose your items. But in EverQuest, you didn't have to pay money. You could actually spend the time to get those items, and you would lose your items and then play again to get it, and so on and so forth, right? And there has been some other games that came out as an MMO that had a similar economics and play to it. Now, with the high risk zone, losing everything. Now, if you think, we have been over here following this project for a long time,
Mhm.
and the idea of this in the future that we would like to see hundreds of thousands of people coming into Star Atlas to play. Now, for anyone that comes in newly to the game, for them to see such a mechanic where you go to high risk zone and you pay to $500 or $1,000 for a ship or higher, and you have a risk to lose it all if you go there. Now, in terms of the game mechanics of it, there should be some sort of a way, in my opinion, for the high risk zone to get your ship back. Now, high risk zone is a part of the game. Players should still be able to experience the high risk zone because they're at the end paying a certain money, and they should be able to play the game at what it's offering. When you are paying 1,000 or 10,000 million, when you think about those guilds or groups that are rich, that they may have a ton of big ships with a Titan, and they may literally just camp the area and they can just take everything, and other players will have a ton of problems even to get in, even if they have bigger ships too, because I think it might be better if we get into a high risk zone and we lose our ship. Let's say our ship destroyed. There should be a way in the first and second zone where we could maybe mine something, to craft something to bring back our ship by playing the game instead of putting more money to it. But this can be added to the game mechanics of what you would need to collect to bring back your ship. Maybe to bring back your ship, the mine that you may have to get it from the market of whatever else you do to earn in-game currency might be able to help with that. But there should be a way. I still feel like there should be a way to repair your ship. Not an easier way like in Zone 2, but maybe a little more harder way, but still a way to get back to your ship and repair it. Because
I'm with you, for sure.
This might take away a lot of the new players, even the current players, to never ever want to go back to HRZ, just because at the end, there is a price to it that, with real money that people pay. This is just my opinion on that one. I would like to hear.
Absolutely. I think there are lots of people who think like you do. But honestly, for me, I am totally against this. I feel like this is something that's very important to nail down here, from my opinion, is that not necessarily, and I think that most of people shouldn't go at all to the high risk zone. And one thing that you said that's very important is that the high risk zone in game should have some sort of gate for people to not stumble upon it. I was talking earlier today with the boys, and I was saying that maybe for you to even be able to access the high risk zone, first you should have something like a license, like a high risk zone hunter or something like this, that would prevent people from going to the high risk zone without proper preparations. Another thing that's very important to notice is that the high risk zone in Star Atlas won't be something like you go through a portal and you spawn in coordinates X and W, and everyone will be camping you there and going there to kill you or something like this. It's also, I see you guys are also worried about whales being there with fleets of hundred thousands of dollars, even millions, waiting or just hunting players in the high risk zone. This is something that it's in the lore, but I have spoken. I'll actually speak with this about game design. But high risk zone is not a vacuum where players can be drifting with huge number of fleets by themselves in the high risk zone, waiting to ambush other players without any dangers on their own. A good analogy for this in the lore of Star Atlas, or how I view this in the lore of Star Atlas, would be what happens with GTA when you have lots of stars when you are playing the game. The longer you spend in the high risk zone, especially with huge fleets traveling across Galia, NPCs and citizens of the high risk zone will start noticing that your fleets are there, and they'll start to come after you. And the lore of the high risk zone, we have empires in the high risk zone, we have creatures that are super strong, and we'll use those, or in my view of the high risk zone, we'll use those mechanisms to stop players from simply sitting with thousands and millions of dollars in fleets from camping and ambushing players like that. So the high risk zone is a living environment, you know, and yeah, we. I think that we need to preserve. My feeling. This is Jose here. Galia Expanse is one universe. It has many different logics for the different regions of the space, but the high risk zone integrity, it should be preserved. It should be preserved as the ultimate spirit of Star Atlas, the spirit of exploration, the spirit of defying the odds of the world of Star Atlas that we live in. And this should be a collective endeavor of the guilds, pulling resources together to face it, brave it, and even if it takes like 10 years for the guilds of Star Atlas to be able to create the supply chains, the knowledge, the resources, and the combat skills of their crews to be able to reach Iris, I think that's a challenge worth taking because Star Atlas for me, Star Atlas will fail the day that we try to copy the logics of other games. Star Atlas is something entirely new. Star Atlas is a different proposal that no one has ever done before, and we need to take risks and take our game to the next level. Even if it's scary, even if it's dangerous, Star Atlas will only be groundbreaking, and people all over the world will come for Star Atlas only if we take the risk to make this the ultimate game experience where we put lots of things in the line to succeed and face the world of Star Atlas. That's my
But-
vision.
Can I talk today, Jose?
Damn!
Wait,
Great
let
job,
me-
Jose. Jesus.
let me answer that really quickly. But do you think that mechanic of it is going to allow hundreds of thousands of players to come in? And I'm talking about I'm talking about this as a player base. Now, not many people are in crypto in the world when you look at the percentage. Of course, it's growing more. But at the end, there is still a ton of money being paid. It's not like a regular game that you're trying to steal a mechanic from. Sure, Staratas is giving this different experience, and it's coming up with with this brand new thing that nobody has ever done. That's correct. But at the same time, I feel like in the long run, if we want to bring more people in, there should be a way. I still feel like there should be a way to.
But that's the medium risk zone for them.
No,
Yeah.
not the medium, but again, you are trying to play. But you're paying money for a game, and you're trying to play a full content of it. If you do it that way, sure, you still can play the full content and go in there. And if you lose your if you lose your ship, that means you lose your money. And there used to be a time where we were talking about Stratos is going to be one of those things for third world countries to be able to earn money in a different way. But I still think there should be a way to bring back. Now, I'm not saying it should be easy. There should definitely be a game loop to it, a game mechanic to it that you would have to like work really hard, spend the time that whatever that time will cost.
If you create that mechanic, the whales will take advantage of that mechanic in 1 second.
But the whales
If- if-
would be able to take the advantage of this now way better because nobody will be able to go to.
yes,
high
because
risk
like
zone.
Jose said, Jose just said like 5 minutes ago, the high risk zone is not going to be empty. It's going to have creatures, NPCs that going to attack everyone that's going to be there, and no one is going to be safe. I'm 100% with the vision of Jose because it's the first vision of the game. I'm going to do now my question because I think Michael is thinking about what everyone is waiting to. Everyone, almost everyone, is the renting system, and the insurance will be almost linked to the renting system because um, if you're going to rent a ship, you need to know what's going to happen to her, right? I don't know if the rental system is going to be by area, by zone. That could be a solution. So we rent for medium risk zone and safe zone. You are not allowed to go to the high risk zone. But we need to be careful because any decision that we do now that we think, this is going to help the small players. If you think it's going to help the small players, it's going to help 100 times more the big players. 100%.
Yeah, guys, I think this is a first of all, this is a great conversation. And I think it's huge that we as a community are having this in a, open manner. Everyone is speaking their opinions because we are all here trying to make Star Atlas better. Like everyone here gets it's better for everyone here the best Star Atlas is for the future.
You can tell the
And
passion of the people speaking as well.
exactly, like I feel like this touches the soul of the Star Atlas player, right? Because this is like our world views being put into perspective, and we are all sharing those things. And I strongly feel that this is something that you said, like maybe it looks players from outside will say, "Oh, it's possible to burn $10 million in ships in Star Atlas." And my answer for this is yes. Jose, do you know if we'll have hundred thousands of players by having those mechanics in a game? And to be honest, I can't say yes or no because I don't think anyone has ever tried something similar to this before. But the way that I see this, my vision, like when you ask Jose, the community member and the lore writer of Star Atlas, what you see here, I see the seed of the MMO that I always wanted to play. Like I always played MMOs my whole life, and I have friends who play together with me, and having this world where everything is so real and we have the opportunity, we have the chance to take this to the next level where we are risking the very assets that we spent time and money to get, man, it's as real as a game experience as it gets for me. And this is going to be like the I feel that if we can pull this through, if we can make this, like if we can nail down the details to have this high risk zone be the fairest but the most intense game experience of the world, I feel that we can't be defeated because no one has ever had the courage to try this before, and we'll be the first ones to do this, and we'll nail down this, and we'll build a path towards the ultimate game experience. And to be honest, all of I think most of the problems with people risking their assets will be heavily diluted by the vision that the high risk zone is something for multiplayer. One thing is to risk your own $10,000. Another thing is to use a deck $10,000 where hundreds, if not thousands, of people contributed over time to create this war chest to go after this shared objective in the high risk zone. It's you, your friends, your dedication going to the high risk zone and facing other players and the world that we created. You know, I
Jose,
think this is going to be super
can you
great.
help my memory?
Sure,
Jose,
friend.
I have now a big lack of memory. I forget really something very important. This is going to be a noob question. To move from one faction to the other, I always need to pass by the high risk zone, right? I cannot cross from one faction to the other from the medium risk zone.
Yeah. One thing that's important here is that we'll have the star path. So there is a risk-free way to moving big distance that way. But yes, in the concept of Star Atlas, the high risk zone is the core of the world. It's like it's in the middle, having everything different, like separating the whole map of Galia. Yes.
So from
Can I ask
Oni,
a question?
from Oni to Mud, I need to pass on high risk zone.
If you don't want to use the star path, yes, that was the original concept. Of course, this can change over time.
Yes, thanks.
Hello?
Somebody wanted to ask a question, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me,
Yes.
Sausage. Yes, I don't know how many of y'all have actually played Eve or not, but I'm getting that when I started trying to play Star Atlas, and the concept of Star Atlas was going to be something similar to the basics of Eve Online, where if you go out to high sec, uh, you lose your ship, and there's no more, there's not a better adrenaline rush for people to play a game than the aspect of you losing your stuff. So when you get attacked by somebody, maybe a tufa or something comes out, and you're sitting there mining, that adrenaline is just gonna go, and then and that is the whole concept of the game. I think is supposed to be is, you get your adrenaline running. Yeah, you might lose your ship, okay, but then you get your buddies come back, and y'all fight it out, and then you'll end up scrapping or gathering the scraps from all the dead ships, and you should be able. I mean, like for example, I think Eve had a 5,000 players in one battle, and they lost like $390,000 worth of ships in that battle, and Titans and everything, which took like 8 or 9 months to make for one Titan. And so the same concept, I was hoping that this was going to be like the same way. Like I said, you can never. I mean, the adrenaline rush that you get from being in no sec or
Absolutely.
is the exciting part.
In Eve, do you have to pay money to make that ship for 8 or 9 months, or do you do that by just playing the game and with the game resources?
Well, it's according if you're a whale or not. If you want to go buy it, you go buy the resources, and then you got to learn 2 or 3 years worth of training to fly it. If you were going to fly a Titan, it would take you like 3 years to just learn to fly it correctly.
But
And
let's see,
Yeah,
that's
what
my
he's saying.
point.
So here, let me interject in a sec here for the concept of this. It's like very similar to other games where you have an in-app purchase that you can expedite things. Think of like let's just use Classic Clans as an example. You can build a base, you can expedite the speed of where it upgrades, and you can expedite it with the in-app purchases. And basically, you're forwarding money to make it stronger, and that's where whales in Eve, that's what they do. They expedite things with real world money, but the assets in it are not actually worth any money. So that is the huge difference in between standard games that basically own all of your assets, and you basically put all your time into, and you get no reward from besides the like he says, adrenaline rush. But this is a completely different avenue. Yes, it's based off same concepts, but this has never been done, right? This is
yeah,
real world assets.
that's exactly what makes it more funner. What wouldn't you like to come up against $100,000 ship, you and your crew, and y'all start fighting and you win, and you get
Oh,
all the get all. I mean, you can lose, but if you can win, you just made a lot of money.
yeah, and
Yes,
that's why this
you lost some, but yes, you made some. So I
But
that's
mean,
why this game is attractive, and that's why people have been drawn into this project in a lot of ways, because they're innovating and creating new concepts that are going to totally changed the diversity of gaming and the experience. Like, even just as an example, you look at uh, the videos that they put out with the VR headsets and how surreal it will be, and how immersive this game will be. It'll feel like very much real life, and it is, because you're using real life assets and real life wealth to actually fund your game and make money and a living from it. This will be a changer for everybody. Like, for people around the world that can't make a certain amount of money, they'll be able to make it here, as an example, right?
the thing is, it's all turning back to money, 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 money. Like, I want you guys to understand, it shouldn't be all about money. It should be all about.
yeah, it should.
It should all.
We're all about money.
But
That's
that's
what we're playing it for.
that's the problem, though.
Money and
Guys,
fun.
calm down, guys.
We are that's what
Yeah, I got to get a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
so, we're in crypto, and we want to play the game of Star Atlas. Sure, there's a money involved to it because there's a crypto involved to it, but if you think about the larger percentage of Star Atlas getting more people in, I'm not talking about 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000, but the people that are actually concurrent players that are playing the game. We would like to see 100,000 or a million or even way more. And that's the part that might take people away from getting in, because if it goes back to money, and even EVE Online, sure, you can pay a little money to repair your ship if you want to make it faster. But maybe in Star Atlas, you don't have to include that. Maybe you actually have to play the game instead of constantly putting in money to be able to repair your ship. It might take a long time, but there is a game mechanic that might help players to stay in the game more. That could bring a lot more with the transactions. That could, in-game transactions when you are mining or doing other things. Can
I just interject for a sec here?
Yeah,
Like they will still stay in the game. Like you got to realize that the place that you lose your assets would be the high risk zone. So I know you're saying money, and I'm not saying it's about that. I explain that like it's a very big user experience. Like people can still enjoy this game in the medium risk zone, like plentiful, and it's for the whales, it doesn't matter because they will always expedite things. Think about it. So instead of repairing their ship, they're just going to go buy another one off the marketplace that's just been crafted. And then they're going to go back into the high risk zone and they're going to dump a bunch more. That's just how life is. This is going to be a completely different stages of the game, and high risk zone is going to be much different than medium risk zone. It'll be fun in every single dynamic, I think, but just everybody has their risk tolerance, everybody has their difference of how they want to enjoy the game. And I don't think that just because there's money involved and that it's about money, but think about what drives us for a lot of stuff is money, right? But it's also enjoyable because it's fun to risk. When you go into a casino and you sit at the table and you bet all in on black, are you not shaking and sweating? Yeah, of course you are, and that's the adrenaline. But that's just the way it is.
Well, this is the deal. I've seen a lot of these. I've seen a lot of these games. Well, not exactly like this, but I've been in a few crypto games, and they if you do not have a burn mechanism to where you lose your asset in your NFT, the game will eventually inflate, and then it will die. And that is fact. You have to have a burn mechanism, because if you don't have a burn mechanism as big as losing ships, then therefore it's just going to get the price of everything is going to get lower because there's going to be an abundant supply, and the game's going to be it's going to drop down because it's going to just overinflate. The inside currency is just going to go skyrocket, and because every day more Atlas will be made, and there is no way to be burned. And I mean, it that's my point of view anyway. I think it'll die if you do not have a burn mechanism like nullsec.
But you
Man,
don't
I'm
have
enjoying
to.
this. Just really quick here, I'm enjoying this conversation so much, guys. I think it has been one of the best brews in a while, definitely. And I love the passion. I said it before, but I love the passion of every single one speaking here. I don't want to be the party pooper, but we will have to close it now. We have to leave here, but we'll leave, of course, the chat open in case people want to stay after the brew. But we will also do part two probably next week if you guys want to. We do high risk zone part two and we continue this conversation. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys, trying to ruin the whole conversation.
yeah, we need to go
It's
back
part
to
of what I do,
reality.
man. Sometimes.
Yeah, but I have a lot to say about this still. So yeah, part two will do fine.
Part two next week.
Yeah.
Okay, part two next week, guys. We'll see you.
Bring
We'll see you in
Chris.
the next one. But voice chat will remain open in case you guys want to stay here as well. So see you guys. Thank you so much.
See you
And another
guys.
Titan was sold. Dolly is in the chat.
What? A third
No,
one?
the second. No,
No,
no, no,
no,
no.
no, bro.
I was like,
Teddy.
holy news.
See you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.